Hello everyone, welcome to the City of Maple Grove Report. I'm Shannon Slatton, filling in today for Dave Kaiser. I'm joined by City Administrator Heidi Nelson. Thank you for being here, Heidi.
Of course.
All right, we've got a lot to get to. It's been very busy in the fall in Maple Grove, as it usually is. Let's start with the work session, a few important items there.
Yeah, so we gathered the council in early to talk about, we had the retirement notice from our Public Works Director, City Engineer Ken Ashfeld, and so we needed to talk about how we wanted to approach kind of that recruitment process and the transition after he leaves at the end of September. And Ken is sort of a fixture at the City of Maple Grove. He started his career in Maple Grove in 1988, so 35 years of service, and so leaves big shoes to fill. But you know, we've been preparing, of course, for Ken's eventual retirement, and so this sort of advances that plan and got some direction from council about that recruitment. So we'll be honoring Ken officially on September 18th and recognizing his service to the city as part of that council meeting, and then moving forward with recruitment. All
right, fingers crossed you get somebody good
to
take his place, but he will be missed for sure. A few items with the Joint Park Board.
Yeah, so pulled joint park board and city council together, talk about a couple of projects. Old Village Hall, if you'll recall, we had a fire last October, about a year ago now, and the structure was damaged pretty significantly. So we had hired an architectural firm to come in and do some assessment to talk about what it would be to kind of restore the building to maybe its historical period more. We certainly, you know, it had been improved in recent years, but it wasn't really with historical materials. So looking at that option as well as deconstruction of the building. It was, you know, pretty severely damaged towards the rear of the building. The fires were started in the bathroom areas. You know, it was an arson type situation. We've never resolved that matter, but so wanted to get back with the council on some of those options. So a lot of good discussion. I think, you know, some concern about what's the potential reuse of the facility, how might it be programmed, that type of thing. But I think the council park board is more leaning towards sort of the deconstruction option. This will come back to the council at their October 2nd meeting to kind of make a final determination. So they'll be thinking that through a little bit more in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll get some direction in early October on that one.
All right.
The next item was community center renovation and expansion project update. So just kind of coming back to the council and park board to talk about where we're at. We're advancing the third sheet as sort of phase one of the project, third sheet of ice. We're at about 75% schematic design on that project, and so got some feedback and updated the council on where those design elements are. A little bit with regard to the site design on the west side as well. Those parking lots will get reconfigured a bit and expanded, and so kind of thinking about how that circulation and parking is going to work on the west side of the building with that new arena. Also just sort of some images of some early thoughts about what the entire building might look like in kind of that renovation project. So good feedback from the council, reviewed kind of where, and park board, where we're at with the budget, and then talked about kind of next steps and where we're headed next. So good feedback and update there on the community center project.
All right, everybody's looking forward to it for sure. Let's move on to the council meeting. At a hefty consent agenda, a few items pulled out. Do you want to go through a few of those? Yeah, so again, kind of recognizing the recruitment approval for Public Works Director, City Engineer was on this agenda. So again, acknowledging Ken's service to the community and advancing that recruitment. And then an item was pulled, we have a Conservation Partners Legacy Grant that was received. This was for a shore restoration. Let me get to the right item here. I lost my South Fork Rush Creek.
There you go, South Fork Rush Creek. Creek stream restoration, and so this provides for kind of removal of some invasive species, restoration of that creek, and then some planting of appropriate sort of shrub type materials in that creek to provide that stabilization. So always good to be pulling in some grant dollars here. This was a grant for nearly $40,000 to help support this work.
That's great.
And so good recognition for the grant work here by staff.
All right, very good. Then one more retirement to talk about. We've been seeing more and more of these. Firefighter Mike Peterson.
Yeah, so after 20 years of service, Mike was hired as a probationary firefighter in August of 2003. So here we are 20 years later, recognizing his service. So he has served as a paid-on-call firefighter at Maple Grove Fire Station 2, always showing a solid commitment to serving residents and businesses, and of course calling Maple Grove home. So we're really grateful for Mike's dedicated service to the community as well as his family's support over the years, and we wish him all the best in his retirement.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy retirement. Moving on, you guys have a planning commission meeting coming up on September 25th with some exciting items there to talk about.
Yeah, a couple development projects either coming to the Planning Commission for the first time or coming back. We have a couple that are coming back. So AMC North, this is for that building kind of between Malone's and Red Lobster. Kind of was sent back to the drawing board to look at kind of parking, circulation, traffic, those types of things. And so that'll be coming back. Norsk, which is a development project up in the Tri-Care area, sort of north and west of Menards up there. You see a lot of development starting to occur up in that area, heading north up to what will be the 610 corridor. So that one's coming back, some housing in that mixed use as well. We have a daycare kind of in the Wedgwood Bass Lake Road area, so kind of more heading towards the south and west part of the city, and then an industrial user in the 89th Avenue area. So pretty hefty Planning Commission meeting on September 25th, and if those things move forward, they'd be in front of the council in early October.
All right, some exciting things there. All right, very good. And we have a few other items to talk about in regards to city communications. Fall newsletter coming up.
Yeah, so our newsletter is coming out here. Should be in homes in your mailbox. You should have received it by now. It's also available on our city website for folks that want to view it there, and lots of good information packed into this edition.
It is highly read. If you want to find out what's going on, check out the newsletter.
Yep.
Some also business news to talk about. We saw Mark Michael jewelry go away, which was sad, but one's coming in.
Yeah, so Croft & Stern Jewelry Design recently held its grand opening there. Kelly Sternow is the CEO of Croft & Stern, and she was a longtime employee of Mark Michael Diamond Designs. She's opened her own business in the same space on Main Street that was previously Mark Michael Design, and so we're really excited for Kelly to carry on that tradition of jewelry on Main Street.
All right, and we've been hearing a lot about Pints and Paddle. They've got a lot of buzz. What can you tell us?
Well, and they should have a lot of buzz. It's really a great business up there, a great opportunity. We love kind of this experience-based business, gives people more options for things to do in town. So great new addition up by Target in the Grove shopping area, 10 indoor pickleball courts, a tap wall or tap room with a self-serve tap wall, and then the kitchen is by Malone's Bar and Grill. So we have sort of the great food offerings of Malone's, and then a tap wall, which is a new offering here in Maple Grove. There are some in other parts of the metro area, but this is our first, and it's kind of, they did it sort of in the center of the building, and it's on the first floor and the second floor. There's a lot of seating up in kind of that mezzanine area that overlooks the pickleball courts, and so kind of a unique offering. If you're not even into pickleball, it's just a great place to go have a beverage and some food and hang out a bit. So they'll be celebrating their official ribbon cutting tomorrow afternoon. So we're super excited about that. They've got a patio up there out to the side. They're planning on having live music from time to time, so I encourage folks to go check it out.
Lots to see. If the music doesn't bring you in, the pickleball or the beer just might. Very good. All right, now there's a tree sale coming up, and you can buy a tree from the city. Yeah,
so we're always encouraging folks to do tree plantings in their yard, and especially we know there's been a lot of trees lost to emerald ash borer in the recent past years. It's really kind of taken hold here in the community, and so we're starting to really see the impacts of that. So a nice selection of shade and ornamental trees. Residents must place their order by October 2nd, and then trees will be available for pickup in mid-October. Details are available on the city website or also in the fall newsletter about how to place your order.
All right, find out more there. One great community tradition in Maple Grove, the Police and Fire Explorers, and there are opportunities for both of those right now.
Yeah, so the Maple Grove Fire Explorers participated in the Governor's Fire Prevention Day at the Minnesota State Fair. Explorers from around the state competed and showed off their skills in a variety of activities that day. Our explorers from Maple Grove placed 5th overall and had a perfect score in the CPR station.
Hey, that's great.
That's great news.
We like it.
Yes. So it's a great opportunity for them and to kind of recognize their hard work and knowledge in firefighting.
All right, and the Police Explorers, if somebody's interested in joining, now's a good time to check it out.
Yeah, so they are going to be starting up their meetings this month. The program is open to those aged 14 through 20 who are interested in exploring a career in law enforcement. The program offers a well-rounded experience with a variety of training and educational opportunities. So anyone interested in learning more can attend the first meeting. It's Monday, September 18th at 7 p.m. at the North Metro Regional Public Safety Training Facility. So also a great opportunity to get in that new facility and understand what kind of training opportunities are available there.
It's brand new there. Fall brochure is out, so if you want to find out what's going on in the recreation and parks world.
Yeah, so lots of new parks and recreation programs, options for all ages there to stay active this fall, and then the city's website to view the brochure, and you can also register online.
All right. Town Green, we can still go check out a movie there this fall.
Right. Our music events have wrapped up for the year, but movies will continue through September 29th, and great showings there every Friday evening at dusk.
All right, that's fun. And then Music Plaza at Town Green as well. 10 years since Music Plaza opened at Town Green.
Yeah, and this was a project by the Maple Grove Rotary Club, so another great partnership between the city and the Maple Grove Rotary Club, and I know they gathered last week to celebrate that 10-year anniversary, and so the Music Plaza on Town Green. Anyone can come and create their own music. There's 6 kind of specialty-made music instruments there that can be enjoyed all year round, and again, thanks to the Rotary Club for bringing that to Town Green.
Yes, lots of good projects. And of course, summer might be winding down, but the farmers market, we can still go check that out.
Yeah, so we're there through September from 3 to 7 every day, every Thursday afternoon. Sure. And then in October, we trim up the hours from 3 to 6 with the sun going down a little bit earlier, but lots of fall vegetables and those types of things, and still trailing from the summer. It just turned fall today, so lots of summer vegetables still available for the next few weeks.
And you've got your squash, your pumpkins, your gourds, all those things we think of with fall.
Yeah.
You can go check it out there.
They'll be coming along.
All right, community garden, what can you tell us about that?
So the Park and Recreation Department is moving forward with establishing a community garden at Donahue North Park. They're going to be hosting a community open house at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 12th at the park itself. So at that time, they'll share the program details and the garden design concept. Plans call for the garden to be ready for the 2024 garden season or growing season, so next spring. Registration for garden plots open in January, and of course priority will be given to Maple Grove residents. So detailed information is available on the city website about that program.
Right. And if it's like any other community, it will be very popular.
Yes.
So people will be interested.
Yes.
People are also interested in Rockin' the Grove that's coming up.
Yeah, so tickets are on sale now for Rockin' the Grove at Central Park. It's a one-day music festival on Saturday, September 16th. Hairball again is the headliner for that night. Super fun with the Rolling Stoners and the Weekend Rockstar as the opening acts. So maplegrovelions.org is the place to get tickets.
All right, so you can go support the Maple Grove Lions and this event. They also do a lot of great things in the community. Water Lantern Festival, it's not a city event, but it's a good event to check out.
Yeah, so this is an event that's going to be happening at Town Green. It's a family-friendly event. It's new to Maple Grove, but I know there's several of them happening at other areas around the metro area as well. This event will take place at Town Green on Saturday, September 23rd from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's sort of an honor, a way to provide a memory, for maybe a family member that's been lost. They, put the water lanterns out on Arbor Lake there. And so more information is available at waterlanternfestival.com. And you, with your registration, you get entry into the festival area, the floating lantern kit, and then some commemorative items as well. So more information available on that website.
Okay, very good. And a serious event to talk about, of course, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Maple Grove has hosted an event at Town Green for several years for Maria's Voice.
Yeah, so again, this year we'll be gathering this year on Thursday, October 5th. The event is held in the evening, I think around 6 p.m. or so. But this honors the nonprofit Maria's Voice, and of course that's in memory of Maple Grove resident Maria Pugh, who was killed by her husband here in Maple Grove in 2020. So the family continues to raise their voices and create awareness and education about the common signs of domestic violence, a very near and dear issue to our community here in Maple Grove. And so this vigil is just a great opportunity for the community to come together with music and speakers, and then candlelight vigil. More information is available at mariasvoice.org for details about that program, how you can get involved, and then the vigil itself.
So much great information on that website as well. Looking ahead, fall is often a time when we think about cleanups, a few cleanup events to tell folks about.
Yeah, so we have our cleanup events coming up here. Monday, October 2nd is curbside cleanup. So those are things that you can arrange for ahead of time to be picked up at your curb. And then Saturday, October 7th is cleanup day, where things can be just dropped off at Public Works. Lots of information available on the city website. There are some fees associated with some of those items, so you'll want to make sure you're aware of that. And then if you're doing the curbside, that's something that requires registration in advance and sometimes some payments. So lots of information available on the city website about those programs.
A great service for residents, though, truly. Another budget work session coming up on September 13th before we sign off here, but that's an important one to make note of.
Yeah, so we're going to be continuing our 2024 budget discussions on September 13th. That's a Wednesday evening. We'll be gathering with the council. We've had a couple budget work sessions, and we have just a little bit more information to get through and then get some direction from the council. Of course, we have to set that preliminary levy by the end of September, so that our council meeting opportunity to do that would be September 18th. So we're hoping to wrap things up on the 13th and get that preliminary set on the 18th. So that packet for that with the budget information will be posted this Friday for that meeting on the 13th, and then I think that meeting's slated to take place in the Emergency Operations Center, the EOC, so the lower level of the community center, or I'm sorry, of the government center there.
Some big meetings coming up for you guys.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
We covered a lot of ground. Is there anything we missed?
I don't think so. I think we got it all.
All right, Heidi, thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
She mentioned it several times, but I'll just throw out the website one more time. It is maplegrovemn.gov. Tons of great information there to keep you in the loop with what's going on in Maple Grove. The next City Council meeting, you can see on your screen, is coming up on Monday, September 18th. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we will see you next time.